the direction of the industry. So sasabihin nila, ito yung demand, ito yung pangangailangan nating kuryente, ito yung power plants na dapat ma-put up for how many years. So dapat nakaplano po lahat yan. Question, did the DOE submit the Comprehensive Energy Plan to Congress last year? They did not. Why? I'm not certain of the answer. We have to ask them. We gave them until December 31, but under the law, it should have been on the 15th of September. Why is the plan needed? Because it will guide investors and even consumers or all the business, yung big business na gumagamit ng mga kuryente para makita kung saan nga ba tayo pupunta, what are the opportunities there. Number 2, who is the policeman? ERC. Everything about rates, you go to ERC. If there's anti-market, anti-competitive behavior, ERC comes in. If there's market power abuse, ERC comes in, no exceptions. Even if they say they're deregulated, ERC will come in. And then you have the WESM, which is managed by a private group called PEMC. It runs like the Securities and Exchange Commission. By the hour, there are bids. Now, who publishes or who promulgates, who would write the rules of PEMC, of the WESM? It is DOE. Kaya nga binabaan yung bid price from 63 to 32 to 0, no? Kasi they can do that. So bakit ginawa lang ng DOE at prospective yun? Hindi yun retrospective. Hindi prospective yun. So the challenge here is to pinpoint where the problem really is. Because if consumers, because of the rising prices, nagkaroon tayo ng, ako sinabi ko kay Chairman Umali, sisiguruhin natin na walang masisisi na talagang walang kasalanan. Pero, we will not play the blame game. Gusto lang natin mahuli sa sarili nilang salita yung mga natulog. Kaya nagkaroon ng problemang ganito. So, pagkatapos po niyan, i-introduce ko na lang kahit hindi sila masyadong significant sa problemang ito, yung PISAM na nag-absorb ng assets at ng mga utang ng NAPOCOR. Kasi may mga nagsasabing bakit mas lumaki yung utang. That's a separate issue, but nonetheless, we have that body, that corporate body also, created under IPIRA. But IPIRA, I'll emphasize, talks about competition. From the monopoly of NAPOCOR, we tried to dismantle it. But, dun sa course ng privatization, did the monopoly result to oligopoly? We have to look into that. Because kung nagkakaroon naman tayo ng sobrang gandang direksyon from DOE later on, because Secretary Pitilla is fast improving on his job, mabilis siyang nakakapag-adjust. Although, nung pagpasok niya rin, hindi masyadong alam kung anong background sa energy. But I think he was into the private sector, no? So, kung meron ng magandang DOE, at yung ERC, hindi pa po napupunuan yung isa pang commissioner. Bakante pa po yun hanggang ngayon. At kung yung ERC ay hindi naman na-capture, hindi naman kakuntsaba ng private producers, tingnan na natin kung paano natin mas paparamihin yung players at iwasan na may mag-manipulate nito. In one of the hearings, I asked, how many players are there in WESM in Luzon? Mr. Debonco from PEMC answered there are 27. I was not able to ask who owns yung 27. Ano yung mga interest? Kasi baka 3, 4. I'm sorry I did not see that, but he used also the word that if there were 50 of them, hindi sila makakapag-control ng presyo. Now, so pwedeng nagkaroon ng ganon. Pwede, it's possible. But it's not conclusive. But still, we go back. We try to go back Bakit tumaas yung presyo? Tingnan po natin. Kasi nagkaroon ng maintenance, scheduled and unscheduled, yung power plants. Bakit nagkaroon ng maintenance na sabay-sabay? Kasi siniguro po natin, nakiusap yung DOE at yung gobyerno na siguruhing walang brownout nung Mayo dahil may eleksyon tayo. Siguruhing walang brownout nung October dahil may eleksyon tayo. Ang tanong, could we improve on that system na yung maintenance talagang hindi matatapat sa eleksyon na predictable naman? So there are really a lot of things that the energy sector should deal with together. The approach should be comprehensive, and we need an executive branch to really handle this issue. Because IPIRA goes for total electrification, ensure the supply, come up with transparent and reasonable prices, ensure the inflow of private capital, and protect the public interest with a very strong regulatory body.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. But it seems that some of the other producers...
Rule should be, we presume that they're innocent until proven otherwise. But because of the sabay-sabay confluence of these events, meron po talagang possibility na tinitingnan na pwedeng gano'n ang nangyari. So, ang sa akin lang, we focus into our experience on why we came up with IPIRA, and we try to use this experience to anticipate what happened, and how we can prevent it. Because I was looking into YouTube kagabi after I was informed that I will appear here, So it was a quick research. I'm using the same notes when I appeared before UNTV with Attorney George Garcia and Joe Casas program Paul Watch to explain with Congressman Nery Colmenares what was going on. We have to look into our history because 2013 we had elections. Nagkaroon tayo ng scare ng lack of power. In 2010 we had the same problem. And when do we learn? 2016 ba, magkakaroon din tayo ng problema? There might be, because in Secretary Pitila's explanation before the Committee on Energy, during the start of Congress, nanganganib ang Luzon na baka kulagin tayo ng supply. Ito palang maintenance ng mga power plants na ito, it forced Meralco, hindi sinadya. It forced Meralco to purchase electricity from PEMC, from WESM. Nakita rin yung gap, na from 0 to 63, every hour, nagtataka yung iba, bakit yung bid price ng isang power producer ay 5 pesos for 1 hour, and then, yung isang power producer, 63, tapos ang mag-hold ng price, 63. Sino nag-publish ng rules na yun? Sino gumawa ng rules na yun? DOE. So, we are trying to see na we should stop reacting because all these, our experience, should teach us na this can be prevented. Maintenance, yung rules na pwedeng magkaroon ng manipulations, we can correct them. Because if we have very fixed rules and they are fair, then more power plants can come up, more efficient power plants will be built. And you don't want to play with a few big players and compete against them. They will kill you. So we should ensure that there's no oligopoly there. So it's a lot of work that should be done. We're not here to play the blame game, but we're here to learn from our experience. Kasi we saw what happened in Yolanda. The blame game will not help us. We saw how unprepared we were in Yolanda, And we may have been unprepared also in this situation. And also, with the Supreme Court coming in with the TRO, prolonging this will also not help. Because interests or cost of money will come in if we delay and delay. And at the end, I saw one of our mga kasama dito nagbunot ng wallet. At the end of the day, wallet pa rin natin ang tatawan. Bulsa rin natin ang tatawan. So,
Jim, may
yun po.
mic. May mic.
I'm Jimmy Hill.
Current and reasonable prices.
But apparently these things are not happening. Aren't you guys going to, look back, review this EPIRA law, and then also look into the powers of the DOE and the ERC? Baliwala eh. Inutil. Binobola lang tayo. Di ba?
Correct po sila, incorrect din. Because when they try to come up with reasoning na inutil sila dahil ERC yan, inutil sila dahil DOE yan,
Ano lang eh.
dapat siguro baliktarin natin yung approach. Kasi may tendency talaga pong magturuan. No? Ano ang dapat gawin ng DOE? Sila ang dapat magbigay ng komprehensibong plano para ayusin yung problema at i-prepare tayo. Inutil ba sila? Hindi po. They should come up with a comprehensive plan. As I was telling Tito Manny kanina, may problema tayo, dapat we should ensure na may supply. Halimbawa po, this is just Section 2 of EPIRA. Because we cannot blame the law. No, we have to blame the actions, no, of
Well,
the.
maybe the people who worked on the law.
Yes, the one who implements, the one who would
And
implement the law.
Congress siguro.
Pwede rin po kaming sisihin. Everyone is but ang sinasabi ko, tingnan natin maigi. Let's be very specific. DOE should be the one. It is the policy maker. No? It sets the direction. It will try to come up with projections. Ano ang dapat na mga power plants na i-put up? By what time? Anong klaseng power plants ba dapat yan? Do we encourage renewable energy? Hindi sila inutil doon. Dapat comprehensive yung plan. Not only with regard to supply and putting up power plants, but also in improving the grid. That's transmission. And also improving distribution. Like preparing our wires to come up with the two-way wires, no? Pwedeng yung bahay ko, pwede akong bumili sa Meralco, pwede rin ako magbenta sa Meralco ng kuryente. Paano? Solar panels, pwede ako mag-put up. So, magdalawang metro. Papasok, papalabas. That is EPIRA. No? Now, DOE, ginagawa yan. Dapat bilisan. Dapat mas ma-explain. Kasi DOE ang nagtuturo, nagkukumpas, sila ang nagbibigay ng direksyon. Hindi lamang sa konsumidor, hindi lamang sa lahat. Private investors come in. Inutil ba sila doon? Hindi. Sino ba ang gumagawa ng rules ng WESM? Nakalagay sa batas, DOE. Inutil ba sila doon? Hindi. In fact, binago na nila. Yung 0 to 63 na pwedeng ipag-bid, binabaan nila to 32. Nakatulong? Yes. Nakatulong kaagad? Sana mas maaga.
No.
Diba?
No.
Now, yung ERC, tama rin sila at mali. Bakit? Kasi ang fino-focus din nila, after the fact sila, correct.
Post-audit.
Pero dapat sabihin naman, post-audit, totoo po. Kasi regulator sila eh. After the fact po naman talaga sila. Before the fact, private, with DOE setting the direction. But ang focus dapat siguro, at siguro sa atin rin pagtatanong, ay hindi kung bakit sisisihin natin, kundi kung ano ang magagawa mo para maayos to at ma-prevent. Kasi yun na rin ang nagiging sagot nila. Ay hindi, DOE yan. Kasi after the fact kami, it's true. ERC is the policeman. Pag nagkaroon ng traffic violation, dyan sila papasok. Pag mag-a-apply ka ng rate increase, dyan sila papasok. So, that's ERC, that's DOE. Paano sila magiging inutil? May poder sila na napakalakas. Do you know that the rank of an ERC commissioner, you are given the rank of Justice of the Supreme Court, and the chairman of ERC is given the rank of Chief Justice of the Supreme Court?
Yeah, all these are the ideals, di ba?
Correct.
Pero what's happening is the right opposite.
Sir,
You ask the man on the street, ano bang tingin mo sa DOE? Sabi siya, tanga, inutil. You know? I mean,
That's
pardon
why-
me, tanong mo sa ERC, walang silbi. Bakit? Eh, kuryente, ang taas eh. Di ba?
that's why
Ngayon, yung mga
we should be the one to explain kung paano natin re-resolvehin ito. Blaming will not get us to anything.
No, I think it's not a matter of blaming. It's pinpointing responsibility.
Accountability.
Para mabago.
Yes, sir. Now, we are in here, we came up with this framework because the IPIRA came up with this framework because of our experience in the past. No? We have to learn from our experience in the past. Gusto ba nating gobyerno ulit or GOCC, Government-Owned and Controlled Corporation, ang mag-put up ng ating mga power plants? Yun ang sistema dati. Napocor po ang gumagawa nun. Hindi naman natin pwedeng sisihin ng Napocor ng todo-todo. Dahil ba't sila nagkulang? Hindi naman natin pinatakbo yung Bataan Nuclear Power Plant. Diba? So, nung hindi natin pinatakbo yon, nagkaroon ng kakulangan, hindi na project, pinatay, nawala yung Ministry of Energy, nawala siya. Diba? Naalala nyo? 92, we had to come up with a DOE. Pumasok sa IPP, Independent Power Producers, ang gobyerno, through the emergency powers given to President Ramos. Dahil kailangan natin mag-put up ng bagong power plants ng biglaan. Marami, biglaan, syempre, kung mabilis, mahal. Diesel-fired power plants. Kasi po, walang kuryente. Kasi po, hindi pinatakbo yung BNPP. Kasi po, Napocor, hindi siya efficient at that time. Well, we'll just put it this way. We reacted. We did not prepare. Same with Yolanda. We should learn. Now, after that, kailangan mag-put up ng power plants. Ito naman kondisyon ng private. Sige, put up ako. Capital intensive yan. Siguruhin mong may bibili. Di ano sinabi ng executive noon? Gobyerno nag-handle nito, ha? Sige, kung para sa jeep, may take or pay provision, 10 ang kayang sumakay sa jeep na tinatawag natin power plants. 7, siguradong babayaran ko. Kahit 2 lang sumakay, 7, babayaran ko. That's a take or pay provision. Akyatan ngayon yung presyo ng power ng kuryente natin. Pero meron. Hindi na brown out. Tapos yung mga utang natin ng Napocor na dolyar, biglang yung 1:20 plus 25, naging 1:50, 43, naging kahit nakaupo lang tayo, dumoble yung utang. So nagkaroon tayo ng technical problem, nagkaroon tayo ng financial problem. At dahil doon, dumudugo na naman yung pera, hindi ng consumer naman, taxpayer, na kahit hindi gumagamit ng kuryente, nagbabayad. So binago ng IPIRA yon. Private, pasok kayo. DOE, mag-set ka ng direction. Huwag na tayo mag-produce. Kung if ever magpo-produce tayo, sabi ng DOE, hindi na namin kaya dahil IPIRA prevents us. Sabi namin sa committee, hindi ba may subsidiaries kayo? PNOC, na may 4 pang subsidiary. May GOCC na may 4 pang subsidiary. Hindi ba pwede yun? Pwede nga pala. Di ba may Section 71 ng IPIRA, emergency? Pwede rin pala. Hindi lang, wag nating sabihin hindi pwede. Wag nating sabihin na inutil kami. May magagawa kami sa DOE, may magagawa kami sa ERC, may magagawa kami sa PISAM. Sa Kongreso, wala ba kami magagawa? Marami rin kami magagawa. In fact, we are calling into this hearing and I'm trying to engage also an exchange of ideas. Because what I will get here, I will ask them. No? In our hearings. Because just listening to our fellow congressmen na nagtatanong, marami din po ako natututunan. I remember distinctly I was number 14 na nagtanong sa Congress. The hearing started at 10. I was able to ask at 3 in the afternoon. Tiyagaan lang. And we were able to see a lot of things. No? Sabi nung isa, kasi may gap tayo. Hindi kaya ng gobyerno mag-put up ng immediate power plant to answer for a certain gap na a few months. Tulad nito, may 2 buwan na nagme-maintenance. Kung merong cheap na power plant na pwedeng patakbuhin, di sana hindi magtataas. Pero naman kung may excess din po ng supply, ipapasa rin po sa atin yung presyo. So efficiency talaga ang laban dito. We have to be open, no? Will it help? There are a lot of factors that we have to look into, a lot of computations too. How long will it take to put it up? How much will it cost? Where will the money come from? Ang dami pong factors niyan.
Oversight?
Leverage meaning, yun yung pinapalabas ng DOE, na they are powerless through Undersecretary Aguilos. Na, sa akin naman, sabi ko, yung PNOC natin, GOCC, pwede ba mag-put up ng plans? Sabi niya, oo nga pala, pwede. No? Kaya lang baka hindi masyadong significant. Sabi ko, hindi ba may malampaya funds tayo? Hindi pwedeng gamitin para sa subsidies. Pero pwede dyan. Yes, sa subsidy. Sa subsidy, yung bibig sabihin, yung across the board, 5% ng binyo, sagot ng malampaya fund. Isa-subsidize ba natin yung mall owners? May mga ganong questions eh. At sabi ng isa, hindi pwedeng subsidy yan. Okay, so kung ganon, saan siya pwede? Baka pwede dun sa power plants. Ang tanong na naman, magiging efficient ba yan? It will cost money. No? Because the name of the game is efficiency. We have to understand how to... Magaling si Secretary Petilla mag-simplify ng, ng explanation. Pero, tingnan rin natin to. Ang plano ng DOE sa aming nakita na hindi pa nasasubmit sa Congress, kasi maraming factors kang pumapasok, based siya sa... O nakabase yung demand, yung hihingi ng consumer sa base load. Yun po yung power plants na tatakbong 24/7. Pero meron din pa tayong tinatawag na power plants na pang mid-merit. Ibig sabihin, 5 to 7 hours na extra na power na kailangang i-produce. Hindi pa po yun yung peak hours. Meron pang peak hours na 2 to 3 hours. So, ganito po ang sistema. Base load tumatakbo. Halimbawa, may nag-put up or may isang event, concert, na kailangan sobrang lakas na kuryente, i-mid-merit natin yun, tatakbo ka agad yung power plant na yun. That's how efficient we should be. And then, pag nagsabay-sabay pa ng pag-on ng mga ilaw, ng aircon, kasi sumabay pa dun sa nagpi-peak hours, yun, tatakbo na naman yung power plant na yun. Gaano ka-efficient yung pagtakbo ng power plant? Anong klaseng power plant ba siya? Kasi kung diesel siya, tapos mataas ang kuryente, taas na naman yung presyo. Pero kung coal siya, mababa. Ito kung magdadali na may mga environmentalist, coal is not clean. May mga ganong issue. At dapat nating lakasan yung renewable kasi tayong bansa natin, tayo ang nagbibigay ng incentives sa kahuli-hulihan ng investment. Kung ikukumpara natin sa ibang bansa na nasa gitna ang incentives at yung iba naman ay Malaysia yata yun, nasa bandang harapan. No? So, bakit ganun? Yun ang mga gaps na nakikita natin for us to improve. But we will never improve on blaming others and blaming each other. We have to help each other.
So you mean, sir, that the Sandali Sani submitted to you last year, they have not submitted how many base load plants, peak plants will be operating. In other words,
they are required by law to submit a comprehensive energy plan. on the 15th of September, submit to Congress. And April and October, submit to the Joint Congressional Power Commission.
Mhm.
In the year 2013, I asked the committee secretary last week, it was a Thursday, he said no submission was made. But I'm not there to blame kasi sunod-sunod na siya. May Yolanda,
problema, yes.
meron tayong problema na ngayon sa
Bukol,
power rate hike, may mga nakikitang issues na pwedeng nag-submit nga pero hindi naman maganda. So napipressure sila. And we have to remember also that the Undersecretary for Power was appointed as commissioner to ERC, as Commissioner
yes.
Aina Asirit.
Mhm.
And we have a new guy, USEC for Power, the DOE, Undersecretary Aguilos. But we try to help him kasi bago So we help each other.
Tama kaya itong mga, of course, we're not question correct. In other words, are they suited for the position?
It's always the prerogative of the President.
Because learning
But what
learning
can
mode.
Congress do? Qualifications under the law. But we
Commission.
cannot clip the prerogative
Yes.
of the President.
Okay. Sunny.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Congressman. Hindi po ba kailangan tanungin niyo si Secretary Almendras because he was the Energy Secretary before Governor Petilla on the direction that he had set. And considering that Secretary Almendras is the primero uno sa cabinet, being the secretary and being the closest classmate of the president, hindi ba dapat tanungin niyo siya on what direction he had set? And what about the so-called legacy of President Aquino? Sabi niya, he is looking
President
towards
Aquino po.
President Aquino.
This one.
He is going to be terminating his tenure by 2016, and he knows that he has only about 900 or so days, no? And he said he would like certain legacy. He told the newspaper women at Manila Hotel that he would like certain legacy. He did not mention energy, by the way, no? And so we should ask the executive on what exactly are they doing to, one, to ensure that there's adequate energy, two, that such energy supply is going to be reasonably priced, and three, to encourage the flow of investors. Marami pong investors all over the world looking at the Philippines, but they see our power cost as one of the barriers to investing in the Philippines.
Yeah. When we question the executive, we also question ourselves, how did we vote? Did we vote? Yeah. How did we vote? Do we put the energy issues at the forefront of our list in choosing our candidates? Because it has never been there. No? But it always haunts us. No? This power problem haunts us. No? So if we require, kasi tinatanong natin, qualified ba yung appointments? If we require from the one who will appoint that he should understand the issues on energy, then it will make a difference too. Di ba po? Kasi, ang sa akin po talaga, sana magkaroon talaga ng epekto kasi paulit-ulit na at pareho pa rin ang voting pattern natin. We are emotional when we come to voting, even when we react to issues. We're very emotional, and then after 3 months, 4 months, we forget about it. We forget about the Maguindanao massacre, we forget about Yolanda, we forget about Sendong, we forget about Ondoy, and Napoles. Did we forget her? I don't think so. But, kasi paano natin masisiguro from the executive branch na magkakaroon ng reasonable at transparent na presyo? Ang mag-a-appoint po ng ERC commissioner na titingin dyan sa transparency at tamang presyo ay presidente. Yung presidente natin, dapat 5 ang nandyan sa komisyon. 4 po sila. Hindi pa po na-fill upan yung isa. Ano ang reason? Hindi ko po alam. Ano ang kayang gawin ng Congress? Pwede namin ilagay sa batas na dapat within 3 months or 2 months, lagyan nyo na yan ng ganitong kwalifikasyon. Pwede po namin gawin yon. Yun yung sa amin. Now, ano po ba ang pwedeng magawa na maengganyo yung mga investors na pumasok? Eh sabi ko nga dun sa Department of Energy at saka yung mga anak niya, ang tawag ko po mga anak niya, mga GOCCs, PNOs, yung subsidiaries, na-identify na ba natin sa Region 1 saan pwede mag-put up ng power plant? And did we secure or did we prepare kung ano yung mga pwedeng permits from the local government, from NEDA or whatever na pwede nang ma-package, no? Just in case may investor na papasok. Na-identify na ba yan? Saan? Saan sa Region 2? Saan sa Region 3? Per region. Meron ba nun? So, that's part of the comprehensive plan. No? Tapos, ano ba yung demand? Ilan bang manganganak? Ilan bang gagamit ng kuryente? So, dapat ma-project. Pag-usapan nga natin yung buwis. Bakit nakalagay sa EPIRA zero-rated yung power plants, yung GenCos? Tapos, doon sa EVAT, pinatawa ng 12%. Tapos, pagre-reklamo tayo sa presyo. Tinaasa natin yung buwis eh. Hindi ba? Gobyerno.
Hindi. Ano ko pa yun? No. Iba yung kun eh.
So, kailangan tingnan ulit ng economic managers natin kasi may computation po yan.
Mhm. It's like,
Kung babaan naman natin yung VAT, ano naman yung epekto? Yun po. Yes po. Because as I stated earlier, the incentives or the fit nilalagay natin doon sa bandang dulo ng investment nila before they run the plant. Unlike in other countries, nasa gitna, and in one country, nasa bandang simula. Sino ba yung gumagawa ng rules? DOE. Renewable energy po ito. Mhm. Yes, sir. Pwede po. In fact, we talked about it with Secretary Pitilla. This is how he answered. Napasa na ng DOE yung net metering rules. Pwede na po siya ngayon. What is that? Dalawang metro na nagpa-plus minus, yung neto, yun yung babayaran. Okay, so net metering. Ano yung dalawang metro? Yung dati nating metro na kinukuha natin sa Meralco, yung incoming, babayaran natin yon. Pero naglagay tayo ng solar, halimbawa, or wind power sa bahay natin, dahil mahangin yung bahay natin, or walang puno, kabilad, so pwedeng solar, may metro din yon, papalabas. So plus minus yon. Tapos, okay po, ongoing na po yan. Tinitingnan naman ng Meralco kung kaya ng wires nila yung pag two-way ng kuryente. Merong areas na oo, merong hindi. So when you apply for that, check upin ng Meralco kung pwede yun. At part ng income ng Meralco, they committed na gagamitin doon sa pag-develop ng two-way wire. Both. Okay.
extra energy.
Ibaga yung quality ng wire, yung ang pinag-uusapan. So,
To do that. That they're going to buy power from you.
bibili po sila. Kailangan
Well, I
po
mean,
nila
sobra.
eh. Kailangan po nila.
Okay.
Mas maganda pong bumili sila sa consumer tapos ipa-plus minus na lang. Babawasan niya lang yung 200 binabayaran mo, maging 100.
Because that is doable with solar. Eh.
Solar.
I know
Yeah.
some houses now with solar. And
Pag mahangin po yung may-ari ng bahay, pwede pa. Just kidding. Malapit
Sige,
po ako doon.
doon kaya tayo nakatira.
Hindi po. Malapit lang.
Wala, renewable.
You have to really look into the cheap sources. As of now, it's really coal. Ang paulit-ulit na sinasabi
It's
ng
the base load plants. talaga.
coal.
Coal.
Sa ngayon.
We import coal. No, our semi-miracle is not...
Hindi ko po masyadong kabisado yung detalye. I deal with more on the concepts.
yung semi-mara natin is not
When
mababa ang burning quality.
when I was in college, when I had accounting, I did not really do well. Let's talk about the concepts.
Oh, any other questions mga from our gentlemen?
Good morning, ho.
Walang magandang outlook.
Congressman,
Yes. May Department of Energy Secretary tayong nadadala yung diskusyon sa baba, nasisimplify. So that's very important for a driver, no, to tell. And also, wala po tayong choice but really to improve on what we have. We have to remember, we give very mababang mga sweldo. And then we deal with the giants. So, that's why kung may na-appoint dyan, I don't really tell them na bobo ka or whatever. I would go for the encouraging them na, oh, you came from Tacloban, like as Yusek Aguilos. You came from Tacloban, your family was affected, but I hope the situation will inspire you, no, to really study hard and kung pwede, tagalan mo yung sarili mo sa energy, sa DOE. Kasi kung pabago-bago talaga tayo, mas mahirap.
Baka
Yes.
tumakbo yan.
Yes, yes. Apa. Visayas.
Visayas.
Noon po, sorry po kasi naglalakad kayo, pinasok ko lang yung ano. Noon po, ang ranking na magkakaroon ng problema sa kuryente, sa supply, kung magkakaroon ng problema, no, kung ano yung pinaka-aabangan natin o dapat ayusin natin agad. Number 1 yung Luzon, pangalawa yung Mindanao, pangatlo yung Visayas. Parang bumaliktad eh. Naggalaw siya ng konti.
Visayas now.
Visayas, Luzon, Mindanao. Ay, sir. Meron po sa likod niya.
Oh, sige.
sir, are you familiar with wireless transmission of energy?
Meron na pong charging na ginagawa na nasa pad ng cellphone.
Okay. So how will it affect our power producer if this wireless transmission of energy would be utilized?
It will be like a game changer, but only to a certain point kasi parang hindi siya masyadong pwede sa pag masyadong mataas
Hindi
yung
siya pwede sa mga
High voltage.
massive power needs. Dito lang yan. Yung
So
wireless.
it requires more technical
Technical
study po,
studies ba yan?
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
so that we can see if
Oh yeah.
parang merong pad, pinapatong mo na lang doon and wireless na
yes,
charge siya.
By the way, sir, will you continue your hearings when Congress resumes?
Okay. The Malampaya shutdown did not only bring about the production ng malampayang ng kuryente, but also yung natural gas na pinoproduce niya, which is cheap. So yung mga power plants na umaasa sa natural gas had to shift and purchase liquefied. No?
In order to run, yes.
Oo. So mas mahal po 'yun.
Mahal yan, eh.
So, doon pa lang tumaas na. Tapos, kailangan bumili sa WESM ng kuryente dahil kinulang yung supply dito para sa Meralco franchise area. At ibang cooperatives na kinulang din po. So, kailangan pumunta sa WESM. Parang merong gap doon sa WESM rules na hindi natin masyadong na-check. No? Na-check ng DOE ngayon. No, so nagkaroon ngayon po tayo ng DOE, ERC at PEMC para tingnan. Kasi ito po yung major na mga government agencies para tingnan kung paano aayusin yung problema. Pero may mga pagkakataon din na sinasabi ng DOE, tulad ng sinabi ni Secretary Pitilla kanina, na it's really ERC pag rates ang pinag-usapan. Pero tama rin ang ERC na post sila after the fact. So, ganun po. But IPIRA is there, again, to emphasize, that talks about a policy of competition. Who implements that policy? The executive. And does the executive branch bring the energy issues, the problems on the top of its list of priorities. In elections, no. Because we, the voters, the consumers, do not place it on top also.
Well, anyway, sir.
And we should place it on top.
Yes. Thank you for we hope that your committee, we can get further inputs